Barlow Creations. If you're new to my channel and you're stopping by for the first time, thank you for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. Stick around a while by clicking that red button for more crafting on a budget, more everything on a budget videos to come. And if you click it again when the bell appears, YouTube should notify you every time I upload a new video, depending on the option that you choose in the drop-down menu of the bell. If you're interested in following me on social media, you can find those links in the description box below. What have I got going on for you for today? We are just a couple days away from Christmas, and as this is a video that so many creators bring to you early on in the season, I thought that today was a good day to bring you on a tour of my home. Some of the decor that I have up, my Christmas decor. So many of you have asked to see the pieces that I hang up in my house, and so I thought that today would be a good day to bring it. Is it a come decorate with me? Absolutely not, but I just thought that this would be a fun festive video to bring to you a couple days before Christmas so you could just see some of the decor pieces that I have up in my house, some of the pieces, the treasured pieces that I have that my mom actually DIY'd that I bring out every Christmas that really just keep her in my heart and keep her memory alive here in our house around the holidays. And so I think this will be a fun video. I'm excited to show you some of the pieces that I have up. And so as I'm not gonna do a lot of talking in this video, I will do some and I'll catch you up. I'll talk about some of the pieces and yeah, I'll just gab, because why not? I'm good at that. I've been told I gab too much sometimes on here, but heck, it's what I do. So come see all my Christmas decor and listen to me gab for a while. Alrighty, so getting started, I thought I'd take you along with me and chat with you a little bit about this new tree. This is a new flocked tree that I got at Walmart. I've always wanted a flocked tree. Growing up, my mom always had a flocked tree, and getting a Christmas tree was always a tradition in our house. We had a Christmas tree lot, a fresh Christmas tree lot that was about 2 or 3 blocks from our house, and every Christmas my mom would put on our jackets, put on our beanies, and make us some hot cocoa, and we would walk to the Christmas tree lot and we would pick out our Christmas tree. After we picked it out, she always had it flocked, so we'd stand there and watch them flock it under the tent, and then we'd all walk home, and my dad would get the truck and drive back down to the Christmas tree lot and pick up our Christmas tree. And so for as long as I can remember, we always had one. I remember one year my mom even did a pink flocked Christmas tree. Wasn't my favorite, but it's one I remember very vividly to this day. And so I will tell you that the area that you're seeing here where the tree is an area where we had a dog crate. This year, we lost 2 of our dogs, and that was rough. I'm not gonna lie to you. And for as long as we've lived in this house, we've had a crate there. Our dogs were crate trained. It was something where we could leave the crate open and they went in there because it was just a place that they identified as their bed and comfort. And so because we got rid of the crate, because our dogs passed away, Priscilla, our Boston Terrier, just passed away about a month and a half ago, and she was the last of our 3 dogs. And just seeing this area empty made me so sad. It was just weird to see it empty because we've never used this sliding glass door that went out to our backyard because that's where the crate was. And so Kayla had the idea of putting our Christmas tree there, our Christmas tree that we've used for years. And that's when I thought, you know what? No way. I'm not going to put that tree there. I'm going to get a flocked tree like Nana's had, my mom had. The kids didn't call my mom grandma. The kids didn't call my mom grandma. They called her Nana's. And so I decided that this was the perfect place to put something happy and something beautiful like a flocked Christmas tree. And so I found this tree at Walmart. It was, I want to say, $169, pre-flocked and pre-lit. And I always swore I wasn't going to get another pre-lit tree after my last one, but I really liked this one. This was the only flocked tree that I really liked, that I felt would be the perfect size for this area, so I went ahead and picked this one up. The ornaments that I'm using on this tree, I decided to go the route of the red and black gingham, and I wanted all of the ornaments on this tree to be very rustic. I didn't want to go the traditional route. I wanted to do a tree that I had always wanted to do, and our tree in the front living room is a very traditional tree, and I'll explain more to you about that later. But with this one, I just figured, you know what? This is a tree I've always wanted, so I'm going to go for it. And I really wanted to go with the red and black buffalo check or red and black gingham. Most of the ornaments that are on this tree are from Walmart and Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree had an amazing selection of red and black and white buffalo check ornaments. And so when I saw them, I snatched some up, knowing that I was going to want to do this tree, and I wanted to add some to my existing tree. And so with this tree, I really did, again, stick with the red and black. I stuck with wood. I really wanted to go the twine route, and I wanted to go the route of adding pine cones and berries. And so you can see as I'm doing this, I was really happy with some of the pieces that I picked up at Walmart. They had some really great ornaments at Walmart this year. A bit more pricey than the Dollar Tree, but $1.97 I'm not going to complain about. And can I just tell you, this burlap tree skirt was perfect for this, and I got this in a Michael's grab bag last year after Christmas. I held on to it. It wasn't quite big enough for the tree that I have in my front room. Wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, but because it was burlap, I kept it, and I am so glad that I did because it is the perfect size for this tree. Okay, so this really isn't a come decorate with me, but I did want to show you what I do to my mantle by my fireplace. This is actually a pellet burning stove. It's an alternative to burning wood. It burns pellets. It's a lot safer, and because Jeff is a firefighter, he really just does not like burning wood in the zero clearance fireplaces. And a zero clearance fireplace is those smaller fireplaces that come usually in a tract home, and they really aren't meant to burn logs or have high heat fires. And so Jeff sees a lot of chimney fires and fireplace fires in the wintertime in those type of fireplaces. And so because I like a fire, before I had Allie, it was a labor gift or a pushing gift. He got me another pellet burning stove. And so this is one of my favorite items in the house. And so my fireplace is by far one of my favorite things to decorate because I just love, again, my pellet stove. I love the rock, and I love my mantle. And so I actually have a Rubbermaid box that says fireplace, and those are all the decorations that go on my fireplace, and that's how I store it, so I know what goes up there and how to decorate it each year. These stockings that I'm putting up, these are stockings that my mom actually made, and each year my mom would make one of these. Now, if you're familiar with these type of stockings, these are very intricate. There is a lot of detail, there is a lot of sequence, there is a lot of sewing and beading, and they are amazing pieces, and it would take my mom the full year to do them. And so each year I really looked forward to getting these. The Santa, the second one, is actually the one my mom was working on before she passed away, and so it never fully got finished with all of the sequence, but I was just happy that for the most part it had been done, and that one was meant for Allie. The other three were for Jeff and I, Ray and Kayla. Ray's is the red Santa with the gingerbread, and Kayla's is the blue one. And so I was just grateful that I found this stocking for Allison, and I actually found one for my niece Kennedy and was able to somewhat finish it off for my brother and give it to my brother. But these are definitely stockings that hang on this mantle every year because it's just another piece of my mom. The stocking hangers that they're hanging from, can you believe? Some of you probably recognize those. Those are from the Dollar Tree. I absolutely love them. They are a heavy ceramic stocking holder. And so when I saw them this year, I knew that they would be perfect on my mantle. And I do want to say also that the berry trees that you see on my mantle were also in my Michael's grab bags last year. And so I thought that they'd be the perfect addition to my mantle. This here is one of my favorite DIYs, hands down, that I saw from Do It on a Dime. She made snow globes out of large vases like this. Now, these were vases that I had lying around the house that I love, that I had taken some of my old autumn decor out of, using some Epsom salt, which she found on Pinterest, which is a great idea to use as snow. Genius. I picked this up at Dollar Tree. I'm sure you can get a lot more Epsom salt for cheaper than what you get at the Dollar Tree, but I literally have a Dollar Tree that is a block and a half away from my house. And so I picked up, I want to say maybe 6 or 8 of these, and just by pouring them in the bottom of the vase, it really gives that shimmery snow look. I think that it's genius, whoever came up with this idea. And so with these 2 bases, I'm going to go ahead and fill them at the bottom. I found that using 3 to 4 bags per vases or vase per vase from the Dollar Tree was the perfect amount. So I guess I picked up 8 bags. And in these, I'm going to place some of the smaller village houses. You can find plastic village houses that are very similar to this at the Dollar Tree. These are ones that I want to say I picked up from Walmart years ago that I had been using in my previous years of displaying my village before I made my village stand this year. And so because I didn't want to get rid of these, I stuck them in my box thinking that I might come up with something to do with them. And look here, I did. These are the perfect size houses for inside these vases. And so just by making a small village scene in these vases, which would be somewhat like a snow globe, using some of the bottle brush trees that you can get at the Dollar Tree or at Walmart, and just adding some of the people to simulate a snowball fight. I just thought that this was an amazing idea. And so when I saw that Do It on a Dime did this, I definitely got inspiration and wanted to add these to my mantle as well. I did, however, feel like the neck of this vase was missing something. And so taking some of my wired burlap ribbon, I decided just to add a simple burlap bow. These snowmen were made out of 2x4s, and this was a DIY I want to say I did the first year that I was on YouTube. And hands down, these are one of my favorite Christmas DIYs to pull out to this day. This probably makes one of my top 10 favorites. They're just super cute, super easy, budget friendly, and I actually gifted these one year to everybody in my family. And if you haven't seen this, it was my 2020 Advent calendar. It's a 25-day Advent calendar that I did using Dollar Tree items and those gingerbread men from Michael's. I love putting chair covers on my chairs or my bar stools at Christmas time, and these gnome ones are stinking adorable. Picked them up on Wayfair after Christmas last year and paid under $5 a piece for them. This galvanized truck is one that I found at Walmart for the fall and harvest season, and it had some autumn leaves around the candle, and I just decided I was going to keep it out and switch out the ring around the candle. Now, I've never been much of a tablescape person, but when I saw these chargers and plates at the Dollar Tree, I couldn't pass them up, and I just thought that it would be the perfect addition since I was incorporating some of this buffalo check into my decor to add to my table. This here is a pot that my mom made me, and this was the last set of flowers, these white poinsettias that I ever got from her, and so this is definitely a treasured piece that she DIY'd. She also DIY'd this stool with Santa, and this Santa is what Kayla actually replicated on my Christmas window this year as a surprise for me. This piece here is another one of my top 10 favorite Christmas DIYs that I've ever done using the plaques from the Dollar Tree. This is a DIY that I did last year. And these angels that I also made out of paper towels is another one. Allie and Kayla both wanted these in their room this year, but I told them after Christmas they could. How about these galvanized wall decor pieces using the bags from the Dollar Tree? How fun is that? You can find these galvanized tin sheets at Walmart for about $10 for a 2-pack. One of my favorite things to do with some of the window clings from the Dollar Tree is to add little accents to the corner of my mirrors in the bathrooms. I do decorate my bathrooms too, and these were a throwback Thursday that I did an updated version, this Q-tip and cotton holders. This was another one of my favorite DIYs. Again, this is another top 10. I just recently did this piece this year. I don't know about you, but I remember growing up, and one of my favorite parts of Christmas that I always look forward to the most was the stockings. And so when I had Ray, Kayla, and Allie, I always knew that I wanted stockings to be one of their favorite parts of Christmas morning, and so I got them gigantic stockings. And these are stockings that they have had since they were born. This tree here is our traditional tree. This is the main tree. This is a tree that I have put up for several years. This one's actually a newer one. This artificial tree I got from Costco, and I've had it for about 5 years now. But the artificial tree that I had before that, I had had for about 20. And it was one of those trees where you had to put each individual tree branch into the pole, and there had to have been 100 to 120 tree branches, and so it was just one of those hideous jobs that I never looked forward to doing, and it wasn't a pre-lit tree. This tree was a pre-lit tree, but sadly after 3 years a lot of the lights weren't working anymore, and so last year I decided that I was gonna just cut off all of the lights on this tree, because I had spent a fair amount of money on this tree, which I didn't mind doing because I knew it was a tree that I was going to keep anywhere from 10 to 20 years because of its size and because of the type of tree it was. But I was a bit frustrated when I called Costco and told them that I've had it for 3 years and now 5 of the strands weren't working. but there was nothing they could do about it. And so instead of buying a new tree, I think I spent 2 days cutting all of the lights and the wires off of the tree before I put it up. And then I went to Walmart and just bought some energy efficient lights. And now I am back to putting the lights on my tree as I build the tree up. And I am a person who likes a lot of lights. And so I want to say that there are 1,500 lights on this tree. With this tree here, every year for as long as I can remember, I've always bought a new ornament for the tree. And I bought an ornament that kind of represented the year that has passed. And up until recently, the kids started to add an ornament to the tree as well. And so would I say that this has a theme to it? No, but it has, I guess, an emotional theme to it. And so I've never really been one who felt like my tree needed to have a theme, because the kids always really enjoyed picking out the ornaments and seeing the ornaments from the years before being added to the tree. And when we decorated the tree, the kids would always say, oh, I remember this ornament, and oh, I love this ornament, and this ornament means this. And so that's what this tree here represented. And so like I said, when I bought the flocked tree, that was definitely a tree that I had always wanted, but I guess never really thought I'd do, because I didn't have a place to put it until this year. And so this was the perfect year to add that tree. But this tree definitely has a lot of sentimental meaning to it. Now you can see in the background, my house is a hot mess, because I don't know about you, but when I am decorating for Christmas, I do not get dressed up. I do not put makeup on. My house is not clean when I decorate. My house actually looks like a tornado hit it while I'm decorating. And half the time I'm decorating the house while the kids are still sleeping or doing homework. And so in this case, I am definitely wearing my sweats and my sweatshirt, and this house is a hot mess. But that's the whole fun of it, because things get worse before they get better, so things get messier before they get neater. And so yeah, that is just the reality of how I decorate. And you can definitely see my craft table there in the background, which is not going to be there much longer, because my son Ray just bought a house, and so he is no longer holding a room hostage in my house, because he only lives 5 minutes from me. Yay for that. And so his furniture is now gone, and all of my craft stuff is going to make its way into that room. So I have a craft room now, not a craft corner. And lastly, one of my most favorite pieces that I have added to my Christmas collection is my new DIY village stand that I made to display all of my village pieces.
And that there is how I decorate my house every Christmas. Is this a traditional way of decorating? I would say so. I really don't go super non-traditional. I guess I really try to stick with some of the pieces that really have meaning to me, and those are really pieces that I put up in my house, pieces that I've DIY'd, pieces that my mom has DIY'd, Christmas ornaments that the kids and I have collected for 20 some odd years. And I don't know that I would ever change up my decor, because all these pieces mean so much to me, and to me that really just ties into the meaning of Christmas. I hope you all enjoyed me taking you on a tour of my home somewhat and showing you all of the Christmas decor pieces that mean so much to me. I do want to say that I hope each and every one of you have a very safe and a very Merry Christmas. I know that Christmas this year is looking a little bit different for all of us, but you know what? As I'm getting a little bit emotional, I know it's for the greater good, because I know that by staying away from my family right now, it is going to give me more Christmases in the future with my dad and my stepmom and my brother.
and my beautiful little niece Kennedy, and it's gonna keep Kayla safe and all of us safe. And I just hope that you all can see the light at the end of the tunnel, because there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and that all of you are in my thoughts. And I am wishing every single one of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and virtual hugs to you all. Thank you for being my subscribers. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay positive, and Merry Christmas to you all. Bye for now.